What is up, you guys? Thank you for joining us, and welcome to this little special bonus edition here on YouTube. I guess you can call it the football fandom or your weekly pick'ems. We decided to take it on its own little show because we didn't know how long it was going to take. But if you didn't join us on our wrestling episode on Rock Appreciation Night for World Elite Podcast, it's Mark Reese, Dylan, and Jordan. We just got done recording that episode, and we're getting ready to talk a little football. Before we get anything started, do y'all have any news or anything y'all want to mention? Anything football related, whether if it's LSU or the Saints?
I don't want to talk about any of them. They both suck miserably right now.
Well, I mean, LSU did win, but it wasn't a pretty win against UL Monroe. Jordan?
Nah.
Yeah. Well, we got another week coming. I think it's week 13 of college and week 12 of the NFL, or unless I am opposite. But we know it's a big week. This is one of the biggest weeks. Week 12 of the NFL, week 13. It's Thanksgiving week for the NFL, but any of y'all know what week it is in college football?
Of course, it's rivalry week.
That's right. Rivalry week, or you can call it last week of the – not really the last week of the regular season, but technically it is because next week's conference championship week. Then everyone's off when they play the Army-Navy game, and then the Bowl Mania the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, we got a lot of great rivalry games coming up we'll talk about. But I want to talk about on the Thanksgiving side real quick before we even do the NFL picks. Having football on Thanksgiving, is that – I wouldn't say that's the most important thing, but do you love the fact that we can watch NFL games, even if you're lucky, a college game on Thanksgiving?
I love it. Oh, yeah.
I think
me too.
Every pro sport takes over a holiday. NFL takes over Thanksgiving. The NBA takes over Christmas. College football takes over New Year's Day. Major League Baseball takes over every holiday in the summer, whether it's Memorial Day, 4th of July, all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, we'll talk about the NFL side later. Let's get to the college games real quick. A lot of rivalry games coming up. This is going to be the most college games we're ever going to pick. Now, not every game is a rivalry game. I think about 70% of the games this week are rivalry games, but we're not doing every single one. We're only going to do ones I picked and some of the best ones we're going to have for the week. Before we move forward, what do you like the most about rivalry games? I'll go with Dylan first.
Just going back in history, like all these rivalries started a long ass time ago, and to this day you still see them going head to head. And I feel like a rivalry game has more meaning to it.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, it's some two good teams going against each other.
Now, what would you rather in a rivalry game? Play for bragging rights or play for a trophy?
I'd say play for a trophy. Let's have a prize. Let's have a prize at the end of this.
I agree, because bragging rights I don't think really matters, because hell, you can, like, let's say Auburn beat Alabama in the Iron Bowl, but Alabama wins the national championship. You got nothing to brag. Say they have something bigger they can brag about all year. So
yeah. Now
LSU really doesn't have that one main rival anymore. Like every one school has that one arch rival, and we really don't know what LSU's is. So I'm just gonna ask you guys, what is your most favorite LSU rival? I mean, we've got, if you're talking about playing for bragging rights, you got Alabama, Texas A&M, Florida, Auburn, which is the Tiger Bowl. Mississippi State is not really a rival. They just claim it a rival because they play each other every year in the West Division of the SEC. And you got your trophy rivalry games. You got Ole Miss for the Magnolia Bowl trophy, Arkansas for the Golden Boot. And if you want to go old school, rivalry that no longer exists, the Battle of the Tiger Rag for Tulane, their oldest rivalry in all of college football, that died down in 2009 or 10. I went to the very last meeting they had one of those 2 years. So, Dylan, Jordan, what's your most favorite rival for LSU?
I'm going to go ahead and say Alabama simply because we don't beat them very often. So whenever we do, it makes my day 100 times better. So I'm going to go out and say Alabama.
Alabama.
I'm not saying Alabama because that's the only rivalry they do not lead the series in.
Oh well, no, they whip our ass almost every year.
I like it. I like when we dominate, but I like it even when it goes back and forth, and it hasn't really been like that lately.
No.
But I mean, of course, I get my blood boiled when they lose to Alabama. I think everybody does, but no.
Right.
One team that like I'm out of Arkansas or Texas A&M. Like that's the two rivalry games I get more hype for, and I get super pissed if we lose.
Mhm.
And like we just recently lost the boot to Arkansas, first time in a few years, and A&M is trying to pull what they haven't done in the 90s, and that's beat us back to back.
Yeah.
So we'll look at that. Now, outside of LSU, can you name, is there at least 3 or maybe 5 of your all-time favorite college football rivalries outside of
Yeah.
LSU?
Oh, of course. Number one, easily, in my opinion, is Michigan and Ohio State.
Oh, wow.
I
Jordan,
love their rivalry.
what's your number one all-time favorite rival?
Army and Navy.
Man, I love that one. But
That's a really good one.
my number one is the Iron Bowl, Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah. That's my number 2.
My number 2 is Army. My number 2 is Army Navy. And I always root for Navy because my best friend served in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got classmates and friends too that served in the Army, but I always root for Navy on his behalf. But what's your number 2, Jordan?
Alabama and Auburn.
The Iron Bowl. Okay,
Yeah.
give me a third.
Number 3, I put Oklahoma and Texas.
Red River.
Yep.
Okay. That is I'll go ahead and say that's my number 3 also. It's in my top 5, but I was gonna say 4, but I'll go, that's my third right there.
I got Michigan and Ohio State.
Okay, give me a fourth.
I put Army and Navy.
Okay.
Oklahoma and Texas.
Texas. My number 4 is Michigan, Ohio State. Now, my 5th one ain't gonna be on y'all's list. My 5th one's completely out of the zone when it comes to rivalry. But give me else number 5.
I want to say me and Jordan have the same number 5 because we were talking about him before we went live. But I put Notre Dame and USC.
Oh, yeah, the Jewel Shillelagh.
Yeah.
My number 5 is the greatest rivalry in the state of Louisiana, the Bayou Classic, with Grambling and Southern.
That's a good one.
That's the only rivalry where it's more for the bands.
For the band, yeah. Yeah, the game don't fucking matter. It's the bands that you want to listen to.
Battle of the Bands. I love the Battle of the Bands.
Oh, of course.
Now, which band would you rather? The Grambling State Tiger Marching Band or the Human Jukebox?
I gotta go with the Human Jukebox. I've seen them both play at the Superdome multiple times during halftime shows, during Saints games, and they were both phenomenal. But Southern, man, their band is just different.
Yeah, I love Grambling's football team, but I think Southern has the best band. I love the name.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge is more of a hip hop city than Shreveport.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But Grambling has a lot of rich football history. That's why I like their football. If I were black, or if I went to an HBCU, that'd be my school. I'd go to Grambling.
Nice.
If I can pick a favorite HBCU, it would be Grambling. And
yeah,
because of Eddie Robinson, of course. You can't think of Grambling, you can't think of the G-Man without Eddie Robinson. And I've seen Southern's band in person too. I've seen them play against McNeese in their halftime show, and I've always wanted to go to the Bayou Classic, but I never had a chance to go because I'm always at a LSU. If it's not LSU, Arkansas, which it used to be, it would be A&M. So I've never really. But LSU got Texas A&M this Saturday. LSU's playing for a bowl bid. If they win, they are officially bowl eligible, and they'll be 6-6. And A&M's trying to play to keep their hopes up for a nice bowl bid, being number 18 in the country, move up to 9-3, and be the first time in 25 plus years beat us back to back. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a close game. LSU wins 30-28.
I also got it very close, and I think LSU wins by a field goal, 20-17.
27-21.
And I'm hoping it'll be jam-packed because not only is it senior night, but it's also Coach O's very last game as the head coach.
Yeah.
We'll throw in another great rivalry in the state of Louisiana. UL versus UL Monroe, the Battle of the Bayou. You know, the Raging Cajuns are having their best season in school history. They won 10 in a row. They're trying to close out with 11 consecutive wins before they go to the hosting the Sun Belt Championship next week against Appalachian State. So, do they get that 11th win, or will UL Monroe pull the upset of the Sun Belt Conference?
I got UL.
I got UL.
All right. And then finally, of course, before we move on to the rest of the slate, the Bayou Classic, Grambling Southern. Grambling's 3-7, Southern's 4-6. Who wins the game and who wins the Battle of the Bands?
I think Southern wins both. I think Southern wins the football game. Very close. I know. The thing is, I have not been following their football history the past few years, so I haven't known if it was a blowout, it was a close game. But I think Southern wins a close one, and they easily win the Battle of the Bands. They are the better band.
Southern.
Yeah, I think Southern will. I usually pick Grambling, but I'm going to go with Southern both every year. Well, I always pick Grambling win football every year and Southern win the Battle of the Bands every year. But this year I'm sticking with strictly Southern. All right, there will, believe it or not, there's going to be 2 college football games on Thanksgiving. Shockingly, we have this one from the West Coast, Fresno State and San Jose State.
I'll go Fresno State.
Fresno State.
I'm going to go with Fresno State. Then we have the Egg Bowl, number 12 Ole Miss at number 25 Mississippi State.
I'm going Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
I'm hotty toddy. Gosh almighty, I'm picking Ole Miss to win the Egg Bowl. There'll be some games on Friday. There's actually quite a bit of games on Friday, so I didn't want to put too much, but here's some of the Friday rivalry games you're going to have. Number 17, Iowa. Now, I'm saying these rankings, they're doing the CFP rankings later tonight, unless they just did it, so these might not be correct anymore. Some of these might move up or some drop, but this is what I wrote the other day, so just stick with me here. So, number 17, Iowa at Nebraska.
I'm going to go Iowa.
Iowa.
I'm going with Iowa. Oh, who's writing all this down?
I was hoping you were.
Well, I think we all picked the same team so far. We've all picked UL. We all picked Southern. We all picked Fresno State. Oh yeah, so far we all picked the same teams.
Yeah.
So, I got lucky right there. Then we got Missouri versus Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Bacon bits. So, yeah, that's how it's going to be a lot of games. The war on I-4, South Florida, USF, or you can call them South Florida versus UCF, or you can call them Central Florida.
I'll go UCF.
UCF.
Yeah, I think we'll take UCF also. I like how some of these rivalries got weird names. Like, what's the most weirdest rivalry name you've ever heard of? While I get all these written down.
The Egg Bowl's a weird name.
All right, what's the weirdest trophy you've ever seen someone play for?
Oof. I don't even know.
I can give you 2, maybe 3. The one from a couple weeks ago, the Floyd of Rosedale, where Iowa and Minnesota play for a fucking pig trophy.
Yeah.
Or even this might be the more funniest one. SMU and TCU's rivalry, they always played at the end of September. They played for a fucking iron skillet.
Wow.
That I would love to whack someone over the head with. That's okay. McNeese, they haven't played them lately because they are in 2 different conferences. Their rivalry with Central Arkansas is called the Red Beans and Rice Bowl. And they play for an iron pot.
That's so fucking dumb.
It's a trophy of an iron pot on a mound.
Wow.
Weird rivalry. Okay, we got Colorado at Utah, the Rumble in the Rockies.
I'm going Utah.
Utah.
I still couldn't believe they beat Oregon like that.
Yeah.
So we're going with the Utes. And they're probably going to have a rematch unless Oregon is out of the Pac-12 title picture. North Carolina versus North Carolina State.
I'll go North Carolina.
I'll go South Carolina.
No, it's
NC State.
NC State, I mean.
I'm gonna go
good
with
night.
I'm gonna go with NC State as well. All right, Washington State at Washington for the Apple Cup.
Washington State.
Washington State.
Wazoo. I'm gonna go with the Huskies. I'm going with Washington. And that's the games for Friday. Now we move to the Saturday slate, and everything left is for Saturday. Number 1, Georgia at Georgia Tech, and they call it clean old-fashioned hate.
Georgia by 1 million.
Georgia.
By how much? It's a joke. I'm going with Georgia. All right, College Game Day is going to one of our favorites, the game. Number 4, Ohio State at number 6, Michigan, unless one of these teams moved up because Oregon is out of the top 4. Hopefully Cincinnati took that spot, but
They did.
basically the winner of this game will go to the Big Ten Championship next week to play, I think, Wisconsin or Iowa. I think it's Wisconsin. So is it going to be Ryan Day's Buckeyes, or will Jim Harbaugh finally beat Ohio State in his coaching career and bring Big Blue to Indianapolis?
I'm going with the upset. I'm going Michigan over Ohio State. And Cincinnati did take the number 4 spot in the college football playoff rankings.
So it's Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Cincinnati?
Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Cincinnati. Alabama's number 3.
Oh, wow. But, yeah, they did lose. They beat Bacon Bits only by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon Bits almost pulled another upset.
Ohio State.
I'll never hear the end of that from some Ohio State people I know. But I'm going with Michigan. I'm tired of Ohio State. I'm tired of them and Alabama. That's 2 teams I'm so tired of seeing every year.
Yeah.
All right, Texas Tech at Baylor.
I'm going Baylor.
Baylor.
Me too. Sick'em Bears. So maybe that could be Dave Aranda's last game as a Baylor Bear head coach. Hopefully he comes home. But maybe he won't. The Sunshine Showdown. Florida State at Florida.
Florida.
Florida State.
I'm going with Florida State. Dan Mullen's gone. That team is complete. They're worse than us. Then one of our all-time favorites, my all-time favorite, the Iron Bowl, number 2 Alabama at Auburn.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. I doubt a team that can't beat South Carolina can beat Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Civil War, Oregon State at Oregon.
I'm actually going to go Oregon State.
Oh, so they're going to lose.
Oregon.
So Oregon's going to have 3 losses. They're going to lose back-to-back. Okay, you
Yeah.
got the Beavers. You going with the Beavers or you going with the Ducks?
Oregon.
Going with Oregon. I'm going with the Ducks also. I just threw this one in. I think it's a good run. I've never seen them play. It might be a good one. Western Kentucky at Marshall.
I go Western Kentucky.
I'll go Marshall.
That one's kind of a flip the coin, but I like Marshall. When I went over there, that was a nice place. I like Huntington, West Virginia, so I'm going with Marshall as well. I have to flip the sheet over. All right, the land of the Lincoln Trophy is on the line. Northwestern at Illinois.
I'm going to take Illinois.
Illinois.
So y'all both taking the Fighting Illini. I'm going to take the future Doctors. I'm going with Northwestern. Weird rivalry here. Indiana at Purdue, and they playing for the Old Oaken Bucket.
Adrian, go ahead.
Purdue.
I go Purdue as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Illinois is one of the Indiana. Indiana's probably the worst team in the Big Ten outside of Maryland and Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm taking Purdue also. Illinois is bad too. Vanderbilt at Tennessee.
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 I'm taking the Vols also. Virginia Tech and Virginia for the Commonwealth Cup.
I go with Virginia Tech.
Virginia.
Virginia Tech would be an upset. The fact that it's in Charlottesville instead of Blacksburg, and Virginia Tech hasn't been doing too good lately, for the first time ever in this rivalry, I'm going to pick Virginia. I'm going to pick the Cavs. I didn't even know this was a rivalry, but I put it down because if this would have happened a couple weeks ago, oh man, game day would have been to this one. Penn State at Michigan State.
I'll take Michigan State.
Penn State.
I'm going with Mel Tucker in Michigan State. All right. With number 15, Wisconsin at Minnesota for Paul Bunyan's Zags.
I'm gonna go Minnesota.
Oh, so if Minnesota wins this, then Iowa goes to the Big Ten Championship and not Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
So Jordan got Minnesota. Y'all both picking Minnesota.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin because Iowa couldn't beat Ohio State in regular season. I doubt they can beat them in the Big Ten Championship. So
Yeah.
I'm picking the Badgers. All right. They said this is one of the oldest trophies in all of college football, but Arizona and Arizona State playing for the Territorial Cup.
I'll go with Arizona.
Wildcats.
Arizona.
All right. I'm going with Arizona State. I usually pick the Sun Devils every time they meet. I like their colors and the mascot. All right. Another one of my favorites I didn't mention if we did a top 10, but we got number 13 Oklahoma and number 9 Oklahoma State, the Bedlam Brawl. Maybe the second greatest rivalry in the Big 12 besides the Red River rivalry.
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
See, y'all gonna believe in Caleb Williams now, or because I don't think Spencer Rattler's playing. No, I'm going with Oklahoma State. I don't know, I feel like if I can have a favorite team in the Big 12 outside of Baylor, then it would be Oklahoma State. I love the black and orange. Daniel Cormier wrestled for Oklahoma State. Garth Brooks ran track for Oklahoma State. They got maybe the best wrestling program in the Big 12 is Oklahoma State. So I'm going with the Pokes. Pitt, number 18, Pitt at Syracuse.
I go Pitt.
Pitt.
Yeah, they're trying to finish strong before they go play Wake Forest in the ACC championship game. Kentucky at Louisville for the Governor's Cup.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I'm going to go with Kentucky also. Clemson at South Carolina in the Palmetto Bowl.
Clemson.
Clemson.
Yeah, South Carolina, worst team in the – maybe not as worse as Vanderbilt. All right, 2 more left. Number 18, Notre Dame at Stanford for the Legends Trophy.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm going with the Irish. And final game, Cal at UCLA.
I go with UCLA.
UCLA.
I'm going to go with UCLA also. And that'll do it for the college picks. That was the most picks we've ever done. That's 30 games.
God damn.
Before we move on, who won this week? I'm dying to know.
I have no idea.
What?
I really thought you watched a live stream.
I did, but I didn't tally.
Neither did I. I thought. Oh, goddamn. Well, we'll have to go back and do it.
Well, I'll probably do it. We probably have the same score because I think 90% of the games we named in the NFL, we all picked the same teams. I'll tell you what, I'll tally them, and next episode I'll announce 2 winners. I'll announce that week and this week. So we'll keep it a surprise. Now, you said we like to watch NFL football on Thanksgiving. Back then, it was always a Detroit Lions game and a Cowboys game because the Lions started this tradition first. They played since Thanksgiving since 1934. Then the Dallas Cowboys did it since 1966. Before they brought a third primetime game in 2006, when it was just Lions and Cowboys games. Which would you rather watch the most and why?
Recently they've been giving us for the last couple of years, Saints Falcons, and
Yeah, but this was
one of my favorite
before
rivalries.
this was before they brought a third primetime game in the Thanksgiving tradition. This is just when it was only 2 games.
Yeah,
Back before 06, would you rather watch a Lions game on Thanksgiving or a Cowboys game?
even though I hate them, the Cowboys, because it was more interesting. The Lions fucking suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Cowboys too because because it's America's team, and I like to see who they're going to lose to next, or if they end up winning. Plus, I like the halftime shows they both do. And you find it crazy. Every Thanksgiving is the same. When the Lions have their halftime show, it's either a rock band or a classic rock or a retro singer from like the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's a Cowboys halftime show on Thanksgiving, it's either a country singer or a pop singer.
Yep.
I know this year it's Luke Combs for the Cowboys halftime show. The Lions, I don't even know who it is.
No idea.
And usually the Lions, I thought it's been 20 years since they won on Thanksgiving. No, it's been 5 years. The last time they won was 2016. Shockingly, I didn't even know that. But are you glad the fact they brought a third primetime game in to close out Thanksgiving night, and it's always different? It's not at a same location like Detroit or Dallas?
Oh, very happy. It just gives us more football on Thanksgiving.
And you're okay with it being the Sunday night crew calling it?
Yeah.
And even in the studio, so that means you'll get to see Drew Brees in the studio now.
All right. Yeah.
Now, if you had to put a third team on Thanksgiving permanently, I would rather the Saints because I like that. Saintsgiving, that's golden. If we could replace, Detroit is tradition, but if we had to take one of those cities off of Thanksgiving, would you rather take Detroit off and replace it with New Orleans, or take Dallas off and replace it with New Orleans?
Detroit.
Detroit.
The only bad thing is we'd have to play at 11 a.m.
Right.
And we don't start eating until the second half of the Lions game, and we're still eating throughout the Cowboys game.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Speaking, since we were talking about rivalry week, what's your? I'm not gonna ask you that. It's the same question. Our favorite Saints rival, of course, is the Atlanta Falcons, and it's like the best NFL rivalry. I don't give a fuck what people say.
Yeah.
And it's the oldest rivalry in the South for the NFL. Now, outside of the Saints, can you guys name me your 5 favorite NFL rivals? Now, every team has 3 rivals. So there's 5 off the top of your head, just like we did with college. We'll start with our number 1.
Number 1 easily is the Green Bay Packers, and then the Chicago Bears.
Yep, that's the oldest rivalry in the NFL. That's my over 200 meetings. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's happens when we play twice a year, but yeah, that's my number 1 also.
I got Vikings Packers.
2. All right, my number 2. Go ahead.
Cowboys Eagles.
Raiders Chiefs.
I was gonna say, who do you think is the Chiefs and who?
Raiders.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I always wonder what's the Cowboys' biggest arch rival, because I know a lot of Cowboy fans, and it's always between the Eagles or the Giants. They don't give Washington credit no more since they took the Cowboys and Indians thing away. But it's hard to say that one for the Cowboys. But I would say Cowboys Giants is my number 2.
Let's see. I only put a few down, so now I got to research.
While you do that, my number 3 is the Texans and the Titans, because remember the Oilers moved to Tennessee in 1998, and they took their football team, and then it was like 4 years before they got a new team back. And Houston and Nashville just fucking battling it out for a team that they don't use anymore. They just fighting over that Oilers fan base.
The Ravens and the Steelers.
I put a few down. I'm looking some up.
Let's see. I guess you could say this one's a rivalry still to this day, being that one of these teams is absolutely horrendous now, but the Jets and the Patriots.
Yeah, Boston and New York always have a rivalry in something. You got Yankees, Red Sox, you got Knicks, Celtics, Rangers and Bruins. Yeah, you could say the Jets and the Patriots, and they're in the same division, so.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's their number 1 rival, because the Jets' number 1 rival, I think, is the Buffalo Bills, because they're the two teams in New York in the AFC. So
Yeah.
my number 4, I would have never said this before, but now that I'm saying it because of our talent, but the Battle of Ohio, the Bengals and the Browns, or you can call it Battle for LSU North.
Yeah.
Chargers, Broncos.
Yeah, they're the same.
Giants, Cowboys.
If I had one more, I would take it west to the West Coast, but I don't know. Should I do Rams 49ers, Northern Cal versus Southern Cal, or do I do Battle of the Birds, Seahawks and Cardinals? That'd be a hard one to be my pick for my 5th one.
I'd say more Rams 49ers.
Even though I don't give two shits about sports, athletic sports in the West Coast,
Yeah.
except for the Vegas Golden Knights. But
Yeah.
all right, Jordan, what's your final one before we get to hand off to Dylan for our pick comes this week?
Bills, Dolphins.
Yeah, I think Miami's. I don't know. Someone said that Patriots' number 1 rival was in the division was the Miami Dolphins because the Jets is the Bills, but I don't know. But all right, I'll hand it off to you for our closeout with these pick'ems.
All right, so we get to Thanksgiving. We got 3 games. First, the 11 o'clock. Well, I say 11:30. The Bears at Lions. Jordan.
Bears.
Now,
Okay.
didn't they fire? They're firing their coach after Thanksgiving. Just get the
I
alert.
heard that, but now they're saying he's denying it. So I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see.
And this is always some type of thing for me. I always like to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and every time it's over and I turn it off, I always miss the half of the first quarter of a Lions game on Thanksgiving, which that doesn't piss me off. But man, they've been hanging on lately. I think they're going to get their first win of the season on Thanksgiving, and they're going to first time in 5 years win that. Is it like a turkey trophy or some shit? Like they always have some Thanksgiving trophy at the end of that game. The Cowboys have something of their own too, but I think it's like some turkey trophy. But I'm picking the Lions. I got some. If they don't win this game, I'm fucking done picking them for the rest of the season.
I'm gonna take the Bears. They looked really good last week, but I don't know. The Lions are just, I don't know, not good. So I'll take Chicago. Then we get to our next game, 3:30, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Dallas Cowboys. Marcus.
Man, as bad as I want to pick the Raiders to win this, I don't know. I think they still got problems. And Dallas coming off that loss. Fuck. Oh, they lost to the Chiefs. I forgot. They lost to Patrick Mahomes. They're gonna want to take it out on a team that's got enough problems. So, fuck. It's Thanksgiving. I guess I'm picking the fucking Cowboys.
Dallas.
I'm going Dallas also. And since it's the Saints, we're going to give a score prediction because I would still hope that we're picking the Saints after these bad losses we've been facing, 3 in a row. So, Buffalo Bills at the Saints. Jordan, give me a score prediction.
2017.
All right, Marcus.
Well, I will say they are, unlike the Detroit Lions or the Dallas Cowboys, the Saints are undefeated on Thanksgiving. They're 3-0. They beat the Cowboys in 2010. They beat the Falcons 2 years in a row in 2018 and 2019. This is their second time hosting it. This game would have been 10 times better if it was Drew Brees versus Josh Allen, of course. But hell, I'll even take Jameis Winston versus Josh Allen. But maybe we'll say a prayer. We'll have a great Saintsgiving, and the Saints win 30-27.
I got Saints 23-17. And then we get to our Sunday games. Atlanta at Jacksonville. Jordan.
Atlanta.
All right, Marcus.
I kind of really want to pick Jacksonville, but I'm sorry I didn't come prepared, but this is one of my toilet bowl games of the week. So I'm gonna go with the shot in the dark. I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'm taking Atlanta. Jacksonville just sucks. So
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 does
is
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah, they both suck.
Yeah, they
But
got
yeah,
they got humiliated on Thursday Night Football the week before against
Yeah.
New England, and which I picked New England anyway because Mac Jones is my quarterback in one league I'm in. But
yeah. All right. Then we get to the Jets and the Texans.
another toilet bowl game.
Yes. Who you got, Marcus?
I'm gonna pick my city on this one. I'm gonna pick Houston.
Jets.
I'm going with the Texans after their big win against Tennessee. They played spoiler last week, so I think Texans are gonna keep rolling and they're gonna beat the Jets. And being that the Jets are without Joe Flacco and Mike White and Zach Wilson is still hurt, so they are in trouble at quarterback right now. So I am gonna take the Texans.
The goddamn Jets. I wish I had that sound effect. I'll have it next time. I swear to God.
Titans at Patriots. Jordan.
Patriots.
Okay.
Matt, even though he played for Alabama, he's my QB in fantasy, so I'm going with Mac Jones and the Patriots.
I'm going with the Patriots also. They're on a hot streak right now.
I mean, how weird is it that I hated this team with a passion the last 20-something years, and now I'm just constantly picking them because Tom Brady isn't there anymore?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we go to the Eagles at the Giants. Marcus, who you got?
Oh, man. Two teams that let me down this week. Eagles beat my Saints. Giants lost to freaking Tom Brady on Monday night. Of course, I had a feeling that was going to happen, even though I picked Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Shit, give me the Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles also. Then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals.
You want to say my pick?
Sure. Oh, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're picking Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I always pick Joe Burrow unless he plays the Saints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jordan, who you got?
I got it. The Bengals.
I'm taking Cincinnati also.
Will they cover? It's Cincinnati minus 4.5.
I'm
I'm gonna say no.
I'll say they will.
Yeah.
They'll win by a touchdown.
All right. Tampa Bay at
The Colts.
Indianapolis.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Sadly, I'm taking Tampa Bay also.
Oh, I thought you meant sadly I'm taking the Colts. I was like, oh, that's your upset of the week.
I mean, it could be. The Colts are good, but I don't know. Tampa Bay is going in there, and I think they're going to win. Carolina at Miami.
That's another toilet bowl game.
Yeah.
I'm taking Miami Dolphins.
Miami.
I'm taking Carolina. Chargers at Broncos.
That is my upset of the week. I'm picking the Broncos.
Broncos.
I'll take the Chargers. The Vikings at the 49ers.
Oh, that's an even matchup. Go ahead, Jordan.
49ers.
The line is 49ers minus 3. And my dad always said you never pick a team at home under 3. So I'm going with Minnesota.
I'm going to take San Francisco. This is going to be a pretty good game right here. We've got the Rams at the Packers.
That better be America's game of the week. It probably
Should
will.
be. Yeah, I
It's
think
very-
it will be.
And it's a 3 o'clock game on Fox. So, yeah. Yeah, oh, that's an NFC championship caliber-like matchup right there. Oh, man. Jordan, I'll let you go first.
Rams.
Picking Green Bay. Go, Pack, go.
I'm going with the Packers. They are on a roll right now, and the Rams are on a slump. You know, they have lost their last 2.
And I used to be a Packers fan. I was a big Packers fan as a kid because of Brett Favre. Man, if Saints don't make the playoffs, I'm sticking with picking Green Bay in the postseason.
Mm-hmm. Then we go to our Sunday night football game, the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. Jordan.
Ravens.
Yeah. No, wait. Is Lamar Jackson back or he's still out?
I want to say he's back, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, Cleveland's been trash and Baker Mayfield ain't shit, so I'm gonna take Baltimore.
I'll take Baltimore. And then our last game before we close it out, the Seattle Seahawks at the Washington Football Team.
Oh, I'm picking Washington's been on a roll since they beat Tom Brady. I'm picking Washington.
Washington.
Going Washington. Seattle, even with Russell Wilson back, is not playing good. So
Is Heineke still playing quarterback?
yes, he's playing good.
Are they going to finally get a mascot name? I'm hoping they still go with the Red Wolves.
They said next season, so I guess we'll wait and see. But that's
Well,
all I
good.
got for the NFL.
Me
So I'll
too.
let you close it out.
I'm looking forward to watching football on Thanksgiving like you guys. Yeah, if you didn't watch our live stream on the World League podcast on Rockery Appreciation Night, we wished everyone. We hope you all have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoy your holiday, the start of the holiday season. Hope you get some good deals on Black Friday. Hope you get to eat all the food y'all can and watch all the football y'all can, and especially get all that time off like I'm going to be having after tomorrow. So,
Same here.
well, I'm going to work Friday, but only for 4 hours. I'm going to be there by myself. I'm sleeping in my fucking office.
Yeah, and also because we're off on Thanksgiving, and since no one that I work with I know is gonna watch this, and there's not a chance in hell I'm going Friday.
I thought you were going to
Fuck
say,
'em.
like, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck them.
Like, move, dude. Like,
Do Half the warehouse ain't gonna be there. No, I'm good.
I think you'll be all right. Well,
Yeah, I'm fine.
Jordan, you have to add any more to that?
No, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I'm going in. It's just gonna be me there. I'm only there 4 hours. I'm gonna sleep for 4 hours. I'm gonna drink my coffee and fall asleep for 4 hours. Go
Yeah.
do a little Black Friday shopping. Go watch a high school playoff game, and then head to Baton Rouge for the weekend for the LSU game.
Yeah.
And then finally after Thursday, everybody can get in the Christmas spirit and put your fucking trees up.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing. Wait until I'm either going to do it Friday when I get home from work, or I'm going to wait till I get back from Baton Rouge. But all right, guys, for everyone listening, we hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week.